is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on the 18th ranked team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So the Texas Longhorns offense will go on the attack first. And are we ever lucky to see these two great quarterbacks in action here today? And Jesse, it won't be long before we'll see them squaring off on Sunday.
Yeah, these guys can both stress a defense for similar reasons, and we've seen it all year long, right? Both guys have tremendous arm talent, and both guys can hurt you running the football as well. So these defenses are really going to have to be careful with how they try and defend these two quarterbacks, David. This one could come down to which guy has the ball last.
Yeah, which is really, really cool. A big showdown. They know what's on the line. Man, these are two huge names, you know, brand versus brand, big-time baller versus big-time baller, trying to come out on top. Yeah, defenses, I feel bad for them. That's not what this is about. This is about the QBs.
The Longhorns are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Sends it back in motion. Wants to throw on 3rd. Makes the grab. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these 3rd down situations.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking for space. It's Cherry. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
And they can't complete the bullet pass on 3rd down. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Off the play fake on 1st down. Tight end finds a soft spot. They'll mark him out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Just a short pass to the tight end. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll field the punt. He's got great speed. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Off the play fake on first down, the throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Rushes on him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And this defense picking up right where it left off. Last week put a great game together, really shut down an opponent. Now you can tell, man, they're going to make you earn everything you get. And this offense is going to have to find a way to find some holes because we haven't seen them the last couple weeks.
It's complete on the right side. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. The Longhorns line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Had it in his hands, and he dropped it. Thought he had another big play, an interception. He'll have to settle for the PBU in second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Gets it out quickly. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Makes the grab. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Alabama pushing the tempo.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry. Guys, let's chat about Alabama. If they seeded the playoff today, these guys are in, but we know they're not content with that. They want so much more, David.
They do, and this squad has been building and trying to get to the point where they can get to the playoff and be a national champion. And right now they're in the mix, which is really, really good halfway through the season. A lot of work still to be done, Palmer.
Yeah, this coaching staff really at this point is just trying to keep this team focused as a top 10 team halfway through the year. It's about attention to detail, and that's got to show up in this one today.
From the red zone, looking for a space. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack tear.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Wants to go up top. The quick out. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. This crowd knows when to bring it. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got his man. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. They'll send out the kicker to try to salvage this drive. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. The official says no good. And after the miss, guys, the score stays right where it is.
And no sting for this team. I tell you what, when you drive the field against a really, really good defense and you have an opportunity to get points, you got to capitalize on them now. And that one will sting a little bit because I thought the offense did a good job moving the ball down the field.
Got a man. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The Longhorns come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. Fights off the defender. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
And, you know, big chunks like this don't happen unless you commit to the run game. You got to get those big boys up front into the game, understanding I want to knock people off the football, create some holes like you do here for my running back, make the game easy.
They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to throw on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
They go to the ground. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Sometimes you see the offenses sort of settle in, find areas to probe after that first quarter. First play of the period, first down here. Off play action on first down. Under fire. They get to him as he throws. Intercepted. Oh, what a play. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
He'll start this drive going to the air. Zings it complete to the right. Gets it out across the 40. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 42 as this offense trying to put together a good drive. Second down, they'll go to the air. The throw to the outside is complete. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. Alabama quickly back to the line.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Using the quick game. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Makes the tackle at the 27. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down. A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
They're great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you can name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran it with an edge, that ran it physical, that always represented that style. And you can see Alabama, they're always going to do this. They're going to establish the run. And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
They missed a field goal on that last drive, but here on third down, they can't afford for this. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. Taking it the other way. The 30. Inside. Touchdown, Longhorn. How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Vanderbilt is down big on the scoreboard, and for a program that traditionally struggles to score, I think we know where this one is headed. They're trailing by 14 to Memphis. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. Alabama with a multitude of options on second and short. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on third down in DKR. They'll try to run for it. Crosses the 45. Wide open spaces. 10. And he slipped through the crowd and he'll house it. Touchdown Tide.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Quick completion on the out route. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Nice throw, nice catch, great completion on that out route. Sometimes those cornerbacks, when they see that early, they can make that jump and get that pick six. So those are dangerous routes to throw, but it worked for him there.
Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. And the Longhorns with the 1st and 10. Looking to throw again. Oh, they're after him. Able to make the catch, but not in the field of play. It's an incomplete pass.
You hear about shot plays all the time. Offensive coordinators love to take deep shots down the field. They plan them. They plan when they're going to do them, and I bet you we'll plan to see a few more throughout this game.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Finds his man. It's Coffey. All the way down to the 25-yard line. They move the sticks at the 1st down.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. Touchdown, Texas! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Going right to work up top. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on 1st down. 2nd down coming up.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Alabama pushing the tempo. 3rd and short. They'll try to pick it up with the pass. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. Knocked down to the 24-yard line, but it's a big gain. 15 yards on the play, and this offense is in business. Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. Motion from the wideout. Unloads quickly. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Man, that play takes some protection. If you're going to stick it in the belly and that wide receiver is going to run down the field that far, I need some good protection, and I need my lineman not to go downfield. Nice job by the quarterback making the right read, being patient, throwing that strike.
It's a draw. They get him stopped, but those feet kept moving until he was down to the 5. And the Longhorns have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Back swinging for the goal line. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorn! Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, want to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but, man, you look at the scoreboard. You're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum. Cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
Looking to throw on 1st down. A strike downfield. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the 1st down. Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Looking for a gap. It's Thorne. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got the quick pass. He gets just inside the red zone and goes out of bounds at the 19.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
The Crimson Tide could get very aggressive here on 2nd and inches. Off the play fake. Finds his big tight end. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. to the air on first down. He's got it on the move. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that one's going to be over everybody's head and incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but a chance to put something on the board before halftime. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. What a disappointment. No good. And after the miss, it's still a 14-point game. And holding on to the lead, the offense will simply take a knee, and that's how we will wrap up the first half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been calling a first-rate game so far from Austin today. And this linebacker has left his big old paw prints all over this first half. He's been clogging running lanes and forcing turnovers, and even when he's not doing something that shows up on the stat sheet, he's preventing that offense from doing so. A young man with all-American potential. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at DKR.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. He'll put toe to leather and get this second half started. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Thorne. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Alabama quickly back to the line.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no-huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
The RPO fired complete to the left. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Here comes second down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. On the move, it's Thorne. Headed to the end zone. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has them set up.
This defense really is on their heels. They've been on the field now for a long time on this drive, and They're just getting pushed around at the point of attack up front like we saw in that last play.
Touchdown, Bama! Fitted in the window for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And here come the Horns. They've got it again on offense. They just saw their lead cut in half, and now they'll try to answer. Wide receiver comes in motion. Makes the quick grab. And a little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Leaves it with the back. Breaks the tackle.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
To the air on second down. Got his man on the right. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. The Longhorns are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Motion from the wide receiver. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Quickly complete. Breaks a tackle and he's got room. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided, on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to throw again. Throws to the back. Catch in the middle. It's Hendricks. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. You want to create favorable matchups, and the angle route against a backer is a good way to do it.
Yeah, and especially if you're going to run man-to-man, that's hard. That's hard for a linebacker to run with a fast tailback. But if I can play a little bit more zone and stay in my zone and anticipate the quarterback throwing that route, makes it a little bit easier to defend in the future.
The Longhorns will snap it on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. There he goes. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Trying to punch it in. And this defense is defending its goal line. Back-to-back stops right in the shadow of their own goalpost. They got mauled on the last play. Do they have anything that'll work on 3rd and goal from the 2? Here comes the Heat. And the Heat gets there. And they get it down at the 14-yard line. It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. Good right down the boulevard. And that lead grows even bigger.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto of the field. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Makes the grab on the left.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Works the middle of the field. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Looking downfield on first down. Hauls it in. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. Wants to throw on first down. He's going for a big play downfield. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. They're dealing with a second and long. Gives it on the option. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
Well, it's a negative play trying to run the football, and I think if you're on offense, you got to be thinking about throwing it now. You're trailing by a lot. You got to get back in this game. You need tempo, and you need explosive plays through the air.
Guys, it is Texas who holds the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. First down here for the offense.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last third down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
And there's no quit in this team. Obviously, they're trailing late in the game, but they're trying to make it happen. We've seen two big plays now, back-to-back. They're putting pressure on this defense.
And the throw down the gut falls to the grass. Backed up now, here's second and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
And a really great job by the defense adjusting now, because on this drive, this quarterback has found his guy a few times, and now the defense is saying, we are double covering him. You might throw it somewhere else, but that guy is not going to make the catch.
Misses again. It's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row. And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. He just barely got enough of that one and just barely kept it straight enough, too. Down to a one-possession game, 24-17.
Then so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
They'll give it to the back. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Motion from the back. Wants to fire on second down. Got his man. No chance to run, but still a good gain.
I love an offense that wants to stay aggressive. Even when you've got the lead late in a game like this, right, you still try to find your playmakers and get them the ball in space, and that is exactly what this offense is doing.
The Longhorns come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Bears the pressure. Makes the catch. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
And they found the big fella again. And they found him early and often today. They featured him here in the 4th quarter. Still time left in this football game. I imagine he's going to still continue to get the football thrown his way.
They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
We're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Now they'll run the draw. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And I think the defense would be really happy with where they're at right now. If they knew they had held their stud down to his little yards, but they're trailing. And this is the time where he's going to get the ball even more. So they got to be ready for him. It's going to him. He's a great...
Oh, he's getting ahead of Steve. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it up to 14.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
And this is a perfect situation. This is a situation, if you asked me to be in before the game, the coaches would have been in heaven. I got the football. I got the lead on their side of the field. Nice gain on first down. Same exact script. Do it again. Run the football, run the clock, let that thing tick down. And if we add points, we add points.
One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Third down play from the gun. He caught it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a 2-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Vanderbilt has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe there in Nashville. They're up by 7 over Memphis. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Wants to go up top on first down. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Missed opportunity on offense. QB and receiver just not on the same page there.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. It's on target and complete. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Pocket breaking down. And he throws another interception, his third one of the night. Takes it back inside the 40. They'll mark him at the 39-yard line, and the interception has set up great field position. Opening play of the drive from the 39. From the gun, running back gets the give.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
At this point, the defense has little choice but to sell out to stop the run on 2nd and 7. They'll go to the counter play. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Third and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Longhorns send out the punt unit. Probably not quite as good as he hoped as it goes out of bounds at the 20-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
Grab near the marker. It's Thorne. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you're working the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Get it out on the screen. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Just keep slinging it. Caught near the sticks. It's Thorne. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. To the air on first down. Quick completion on the out. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Going to swing it on 2nd down. Fires to the big fella. Worked his way to the 38 before they stopped him. It's a 5-yard gain, and that'll be a first down. Looking to throw on first down. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
And I love the personnel group that the defense is in right now. With the lead late in a 2-minute situation, you're seeing extra DBs on the field. You know the offense is going to try and throw the football. So faster guys, good job that time getting to the ball, knocking it away, forcing the incompletion. You stay in this personnel grouping if you're on defense.
Got his man quickly.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. And they spike it and get the clock stopped.
QB strikes it. No gain on the play. Second down coming up.
This defense just can't get off the field. The offense unstoppable. Second down, he'll throw it. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. Pressure coming. Fires on the move. He's got it. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal. Alabama pushing the tempo. And they'll get to the line and spike it to stop the clock.
No gain on the play. It's now second and goal.
They'll give it another shot on second and goal from the 4. Wants to go up top. Unleashes to the end zone. And he will score! Touchdown, Alabama!
And that sure feels like too little, too late. This offense, they needed to score and execute faster, but there's not enough time to me, man. This feels like this one's over.
And they'll try to tack on 2. Looking to throw. The offense pops it up. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
I like the try going for 2 there because you're trying to get your opponent to at least have to score a touchdown to win this one. But honestly, guys, with just a couple seconds left on the clock, you're walking out of here with a W.
Lining up for the onside kick. Just a few seconds to play, and they will need a miracle.
Everything going their way right now. Last drive they score. Special teams goes out. They execute the onside kick. You need a touchdown now. Can your offense deliver for you here late in the game?
Looking downfield on first down. He wants a big play here late. They fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on it. Not all close games are created equal, but this one, man,